Hello and welcome back to RaceRoom and welcome to Hockenheim, where I'm starting something a little bit different on the channel today. I've decided to sign up to Actrollvision's VW Scirocco Cup Series, which is going to run every Monday night for the next 10 weeks, beginning at the national circuit here at Hockenheim. Now, I've raced these Scirocco cars a few times recently, in rank racing as well as in our SCB community races at Watkins Glen a couple of weeks ago, and they're great fun. So when I saw that this series was being launched, I thought I've got to give it a try. We're going to have 15-minute sprint races every Monday night, and I think 18 drivers have signed up, although one isn't racing tonight, so we've got a grid of 17. I'm not really sure what the standard's going to be like, but I'm expecting it's going to be very high, and as this is my first experience of league racing, I think it's going to be a steep learning curve, but it's certainly one that I'm looking forward to. Now, I have practiced for this one a fair bit more than I would for a ranked race or a community race, just so I can try and make sure I don't get left behind, and the early signs are promising. I've finished qualifying and put it 10th on the grid. Now, I've actually had a huge amount of help during practice from Christian Grotter, who's qualified in 5th. Christian's a member of our SCB community, and he's also done the leaderboard challenge for this car and track. So I was able to follow Christian's ghost and actually help me get my time down by about half a second. I know I've got a 1:43.9 in me, but whether I can do it consistently in a race, we'll see. Let's get over to the grid and see how we get on in round one. Not taking any chances with the jump start there. Didn't engage first until the lights went green, but we've got away fairly well. We are on the inside, and I was hoping not to be. It's going to be pretty tight in here, but I just need to keep it safe and steady. We're okay. Got Andre to the outside of me, so I'm not going to be able to creep back into the racing line just yet. I'm going to have to stay on this inside line. Not particularly comfortable about taking this tight right-hander on the inside, but I'm going to have to. We're going to ease around it slowly. I really don't want to cause any incidents, and we've got through that one okay, so that's good. We can finally get onto the racing line, and I can tuck in behind Andre as well, which I'll be quite happy to do. Andre's another member of our SCB community, so I'll feel quite safe just tucking in behind him and trying to stick with him. Oh, there might have been a little bit of contact between the two cars behind me there. That could work in my favour and help me open up a little bit of a gap. Some breathing room behind me would be really good right now, and I can concentrate on what's going on in front of me. And yeah, we have opened up a little bit of a gap in the rearview mirror, so I'm pleased with that. So if we can continue to stick with Andre in 11th place at the moment, I'm happy with that start. Get around the first lap incident free. This stadium section is really tough in the Scirocco. It's a constant battle, trying to wrestle the car around and keep it facing in the direction that you want it to go in. But it's great fun as we get the gas down and power onto the start-finish straight to complete lap 1. And approaching this fast right-hander, turn 1. Really slide the Scirocco around here. And then get on the gas early, but without running wide. It's so easy to slide it too much there and lose time. Just about did it okay there. Trying hard not to lock up the brakes and run wide. And there's a yellow flag out, but I think that might have been behind me. And yeah, we've opened up an even bigger gap behind now. Right, let's go back and check out a replay of the start. And I got away reasonably well here from 10th on the grid. As I said at the time, I wasn't overly happy about being on the inside. I wanted to be on the outside, just so I had the safety net of that wide runoff area if I needed it. But I didn't have it, and I just had to keep it tight. But everyone took that turn really fairly, so credit to all the drivers involved there. A really safe turn 1. And then we begin the long approach down to this sharp right-hander for the first time. I'm still stuck on the inside, so I was a little bit cautious. But thankfully everyone else around me showed me the same amount of respect, so really happy with the first couple of turns on this first lap. And then we saw the yellow flags come out at the start of the second lap, and it was actually the driver behind me, Ronald Christerus, just locking up his brakes and running wide there. It's so easily done. I did it countless times in practice. Andre's going really well in front. I'm doing everything I can to stick with him. But that gap isn't really coming down. It's staying at around half a second, no matter what I try. Andre's keeping it really smooth. He's normally a fair few positions ahead of me in our community races, so the fact that I'm even on his tail is encouraging. Oh, and he might have run a little bit hot into there. So that has closed us in a little bit. Really slide the car through that corner, but it's so easy to slide it too much. It's another corner where I was losing time in practice. So as I run a little bit wide, we just keep it on the track. Now this was pretty much how it went for the next couple of laps. I was trying my best to stick with Andre, but he was driving so smoothly. No matter what I did, I just couldn't bridge that gap anymore, and it stayed hovering around 0.4, 0.5 of a second. And as we watch highlights of us coming through the stadium section, I wasn't too worried with my position at this point. I was lying in 11th, I was pretty happy with that, and I was still hoping that there might be an incident or two ahead that we could gain a couple of positions that way. So as we go back to the live action, we're just about to start lap 5. Oh, close again to running wide out of turn 1 there. We just about kept it within limits and kept the gas down. Trying everything we can to get closer to Andre, who might have run a little bit deep into that sharp right-hander. He's a little bit offline, so that might give us the chance because he's going to be down on power coming onto this fast straight, and we're going to get right behind him now. Just not sure if I'm going to have the grunt to get alongside him to make a pass up the inside. I don't think we are. So I'm just going to sit back and stay behind for now. Try and get on the gas early. I really thought when I got on Andre's tail that I could stick tight behind him, but he's just eked out that gap again. It's back to 0.5. No matter what I try and do, I just can't close in. Oh, I locked up the brakes and I was just pushing my luck a bit there, trying to gain a tenth or two, and it's cost me big time. I'm in the gravel. This car's hard to get out of the gravel at the best of times. That's 1 car through, 2 cars through. Oh, we're down to 13th. Yeah, just pushing a little bit too hard there to try and catch Andre. I tried to brake a fraction of a second later and it didn't work. I locked up and it sent me into the gravel, and that's let 2 cars through, and I've gone from 11th to 13th. Well, before that mistake, I'd opened up about a 5-second gap on these 2 guys, so I'm confident I've got the pace on them. It's just whether I can get round them. We've still got 5 minutes left, so there is still time, and there's a yellow flag out as well, so something might have happened in front. What's gone on around here? And it's the yellow car by the looks of it. Is that Christian who's gone out? Yeah, it is. Oh, what's happened to Christian? I think he was pushing for top 5. So something big must have happened there, and we've got the power to get around him. So we have gained a position there. I'm not sure how long I'll keep it for, because I know Christian's lapping around 0.4, 0.5 of a second faster than I can. But for now, we'll take it, and we're right back on Distrupa's tail as well. Oh, he's drifted a little bit wide into that corner. That's given us a sniff up the inside. We're on the outside now, so let's try and cut back and get on the gas early. We might be able to pull alongside him. Has the car got the grunt to get alongside? I don't think we have. So we might just have to abort that and tuck ourselves back in behind. But that's encouraging as Christian joins in now as well. Is he going to have a think about making a move up the inside? No, he's thought better of it. So for now, at least, we're holding on to 12th, but I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to. Christian looks like he wants that position back. And I know he's got the pace. Oh, look at Christian in my rearview mirror. He's all over me like a rash now. And I know from following his ghost in the leaderboard challenge that he's incredibly fast out of turn 1. This was where I couldn't keep up with him during practice. So I'm half expecting a move on the exit of this turn. Just keep an eye on him in my rear view. There he goes. He's got the drive again. I just don't know how he gets the pace out of there. But he just gains a couple of tenths on me every lap, and he's gone up the inside, so I can't do anything about that. We're just going to have to let him through and give him the space. Okay, let's go back and check out a replay to see what happened to Christian in the first place, because he was battling towards the front end of the pack, and I suspect he might have just clipped that sausage curb on the inside. Yeah, he does. Oh, and it sends him into a barrel roll. So that's why he's lost all those positions. Oh, spectacular crash from Christian there. Let's take a look at it again. We're on board with the car behind, and yeah, just clips that curb, and there's no saving that one. Spectacular stuff. And then a lap later, Christian had dusted himself down, shaken off the dizziness, and was right back on my tail. And as I suspected, he was going to get a good drive out of turn 1, and he did just that to pull alongside. And by this time, the position's his. I could do nothing about that other than give him a bit of space. And I actually ran it in a little bit deep there too, which took me off the racing line, and it cost me speed on the exit of this turn. I might just be able to stick with Christian here, because he's not going to be able to go full pelt. He's going to be battling with these two cars in front to try and get around them, and that's going to slow him down a little bit. So if I can just stay close to these guys, I might be able to pick up some pieces. Particularly if Christian can open up a gap for me. He's trying everything he can to get around Distruper, but he's not found a way yet. So difficult to overtake in these Sciroccos. So evenly matched. As we come through the stadium section, it looks like Underhill might have run a little bit wide there. Distruper had a sniff up the inside. There might have been contact there, so that's going to give Christian a chance. And we know how fast he is out of T1, so let's look to see if Christian can pull the same move on Distruper and Underhill as he did on me. Oh, he's on the gas and he's carrying speed, but I don't think he can get to the inside line, and he's going to get pushed to the outside onto the grass. Oh, no, I need to brake hard. Oh, and there's contact. What a big hit to the rear of Christian there. Oh, man. Thank goodness that didn't send him off. Oh, that caught me out, that did. Yeah, I breathed a huge sigh of relief after that incident as we watched the replay, and Christian just ran out of room there. He gets edged out onto the grass, and as he has to rejoin the track, it probably just affects his braking slightly, and it really caught me out. I tried to brake as hard as I could, but locked up, and as soon as I locked up, I was out of control, and my heart was in my mouth. I don't want to take anyone out of a race, and I particularly don't want to take out a fellow SCB community member. So yeah, that was a little bit too close for comfort, but thankfully, no harm done. Oh, Underhill's taking a look up the inside, and there's more contact and another nudge. Surely that's going to give Christian a chance now if these two keep beating each other up. Oh, Distruper's run wide. He's gone way wide. That's going to let Underhill and Grotta through, but I can't capitalise. I drifted in a little bit too deep myself. Oh, I'm in danger of losing track with these guys now unless I do something pretty quickly, because I suspect the next lap's going to be the last lap. Christian's now all over Underhill. Is he going to find a way through to get into 10th? Oh, and Distruper's a little bit wide there. That's going to give me a chance to get back in within touching distance. Let's get on the gas early as we come through the stadium section and try and close in as much as we can. Still not as close as I'd like. As we come around to start the last lap. Yeah, I just don't think I'm close enough at the moment. Oh, but Underhill's got a drive-through penalty on the last lap, and he's not going to be able to take that, so that'll mean a time penalty when we cross the line. That'll be 90 seconds onto his race time, so that will give us 12th if nothing else. But these three guys are battling, and it is letting me close in now, so it's all to play for with one lap to go. Underhill's holding 10th place at the moment, but he's not going to have it come the checkered flag. And I wonder if that'll change Christian's way of thinking as well, because he might not be quite so keen to push and find a way through now, because he knows that 10th place will be his. But from my point of view, I need them to keep battling, because that's what's going to help me close the gap. Although as I say that, we're right behind Destruper now. Oh, and Underhill's run really wide on exit. All four of us now tied together. There's half a lap to go. Who knows how this is going to end up. Oh, Destruper on the inside of Christian. He managed to find a gap and there was contact. Oh, in all the excitement, I've managed to pick up a slow down penalty. That's just what I didn't need. Oh, that's probably cost me the chance to get anything better than 13th. But I'll try my best to give up that time without losing any distance. It's going to be easier said than done. Oh, I'm locked up again. Same mistake. Oh, and out of nowhere as well, Nick finds a way up the inside. Oh, so we've given away 13th place as we entered the stadium section for the final time. I made exactly the same mistake as I did at the midway point, and it's cost me again. Have I got the pace just to nip that position back as we race to the line? I've got the speed, but I might just run out of track. Yeah, Nick holds on. Oh man, that was an intense final lap there. And as we look at the replay, we'll see it's exactly the same mistake. Just braking too late, locking up and getting onto the gravel. And actually, if I'm honest, it was a pretty careless rejoin. I didn't leave the space that I should have. I wasn't aware that Nick was as close as he was, and that's how close it got. Fair play to Nick for finding that space and getting through safely. So as we catch our breath after a thrilling round one, we can see the winner, John Gray. And it sounded fairly close at the front. Look, only 4 seconds separating the top 3 positions. And there I am in 13th, so that's confirmation that yes, Underhill did indeed receive a 90-second time penalty for not being able to take that drive through. So we did get promoted a position to 13th. And at the end of the first round, we can look at the championship standings. No surprises here, it's exactly the same as the results. And there we are, 13th place with 8 championship points. Feeling a little bit frustrated that I maybe didn't compete for a top 10 finish. I certainly felt like I had the pace to do so, but yeah, 2 costly mistakes. The same mistake, in fact, made on 2 separate occasions. And of all the laps I did in practice, I never once locked up the brakes in that corner, yet in the heat of battle, I managed to do it twice, and it's cost me several positions. But I can't complain too much. It was a really enjoyable race. I had a great time out there and I'm already looking forward to round 2. It's next Monday evening and it's at Brands Hatch Indy, which is a circuit I know well. So let's see if we can take the positives from this race and yeah, take it into next Monday night. Hopefully we'll be able to get a bit closer to claiming a top 10 finish. But that's all for tonight. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it and I do appreciate all the views and support you give the channel. Until next time, cheers.